Alright, let's go ahead and do dawn sled. Again, it's pretty slick. Seems like it's holding up better than some of the other trails for sure, but I might hear that little grinding kind of right behind me. That's the fender. I'm trying to keep it lower. Let's see if it'll keep my butt a little drier. I was watching somebody else's video. I was like, what the heck is that noise? Now I think I realize it's the rear hub. It's just GoPro really picks up on that. It's kind of the same as pretty much all the other trails. Multiple trails, but they all take you to the same place. Yeah, a little technical at the top and just mildly technical, but a little flowy at the bottom. And in these trail conditions, I'm just not brave enough to take those corners fast or take any jumps like that. I've been doing some small jumps. Hopefully stuff that just is fun but will still keep me out of trouble. Alright, looks like the Fayou tech died, so I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. So I'm still down at the bottom, so going up this way is up Dawn Sled. You can go back up that way. It's not a bad trail. It's fairly steep and technical in a few sections going up, but I've done it a couple times, and if I can do it, I think that says something about its difficulty level. Back up that way is, you basically go up here and the road tees off. If you head up to the right, it goes back up to the Y, where Let's Peak puts in, or where we came out on Boneyard. If you go down to the left, it's just a short little trip down to Salal. So I just I figure since I'm here, I'll either do Dawn Sled again or do Salal. Just stay off the gravel roads as much as possible since I'm mountain biking. Yeah, and you can see just in the short little bit of riding I've done today, just less than 5 miles or so, already pretty muddy, so it's definitely fairly wet out here. Alright, so let's go ahead and head up. Like I was saying, I've done about a little over 30 rides, about 300 miles so far in the 3 months that I've been riding. And pretty much every ride so far has been at WhyPass. I just really like the trails there. You know, like I said, it's hard to get lost, and you know, there's enough variety and tests for me that, you know, I'm excited to come back. It's about 25-30 minutes from my house or from my work. So yeah, like I was saying, if you turn right here, it'll just take you back up to that Y. Turn left, you can do Salal again. But yeah, I think WhyPass is a good place to learn. You can start up, well, it's pretty much, in my first level rides, my buddy took me out, Carl, and you know, took me down, started at the top parking lot, which I think is really beneficial for me, considering, you know, I'd probably go a quarter of a mile, half a mile, and I'd just be completely winded. Yes, worse than I am now. I know you hear a lot of hard breathing, but yeah, I'd be completely winded. And you know, that was starting at the upper parking lot, a little bit higher elevation to start and a little bit easier trail, so it's pretty merciful of him to allow me to start up there. But after 4 or 5 rides, started down at the lower parking lot at the pile, and it's just that initial climb. You know, it's a few hundred feet. Over about 1.5 miles. It's definitely a test. You know, the first couple times he took me from starting at the pile, you cross 2 gravel roads to stay on the trail, and you know, I would stop at each one for 5-10 minute breaks, just trying to catch my lungs, trying to catch my breath, and that'll last, I don't know, a month and a half. I can make it up all the way up to the Yellow Gate, which is around 350 feet of climbing. You know, not great, but good for me. And about 1.5 miles, 1.6 miles. So that's definitely a challenge if you're trying to get your legs under you. And if you want even more of a challenge, from the pile, there's a little trail that kind of from the back side of the parking lot, there's a little trail that drops down and kind of follows again an old logging road for a while, and then it ends up going up to the Yellow Gate on the other side of the road in about a mile's length instead of 1.6, so a little more elevation gain. A little less distance means bigger test for your legs and lungs. So I do that one probably every few rides. It's not nearly as scenic as the climb to the right. So it's more if you're really wanting to get a good test, really wanting to get the heart pumping, which pretty much every trail does that for me. Alright, so back on kind of the back side of Salal, that half-mile climb again. So, won't bore you with the details of that. It's pretty much all straight, little climb. These little dips where the water pools up when it's really raining kind of keep things a little interesting, but in general it's just a long, pretty much straight climb. So we'll take that other trail off to the left once we get to the top.